At the end of World War II, British sappers used liquid nitrogen to clear unexploded German shells. When the nitrogen hit the fuse, the bomb's battery froze, after which it turned into a heap of scrap metal and no longer posed a danger to humans. But what if a nuclear bomb has already exploded? Is it possible to prevent the consequences of the explosion by freezing everything around? To neutralize the consequences of the explosion of the gadget with a capacity of 21 kilotons, 210 million kilograms of liquid nitrogen would be required. In order to lift such a quantity, it would take 10,500 of the largest Mi-26 helicopters, which are used in firefighting. As soon as all these helicopters pour this mass of nitrogen into the nuclear mushroom cloud, then a real apocalypse will begin. In the first minutes, you'll see the liquid nitrogen turn from a colorless liquid to a bluish one. After that, red lightning will begin to strike from the heavens, which will be accompanied by loud sounds of thunder. This is due to the radiation from the explosion. If you irradiate liquid nitrogen with a neutron flux, it becomes explosive. This produces liquid oxygen and ozone. These two elements will lead to non-stop explosions. But what comes next is even more terrible. A nuclear mushroom cloud is very hot, while liquid nitrogen is very cold. When heated, nitrogen becomes a gas and its volume increases by 700 times. In our attempt to put out the nuclear explosion, we get a radioactive cloud with a volume of about 118 trillion liters. After a while, radioactive fallout will fall from the cloud to the ground, which will destroy all living things. If you get caught in such a rain, you'll either die in a couple of hours or in a few days from acute radiation sickness. When the inner core of our planet freezes, the outer core will stop rotating. The good news? Earth's magma will no longer heat up volcanoes, so they will stop erupting. The bad news is that the Earth will lose its magnetic field forever. The solar wind will blow away our atmosphere in a few hours. All living things will die in minutes from horrific doses of cosmic radiation. The lethal gas, which will become liquid nitrogen in the process of extinguishing the core, will speed up the destruction of life. A cloud will quickly rise from the bowels of the Earth, reach stratospheric heights, and displace any remaining oxygen from the atmosphere. The oceans and seas will dry up in just a few days. All vegetation on the planet will also disappear. The once blooming blue Earth will begin to resemble Mars with its lifeless landscape. Human civilization, as the solar system knew it, will cease to exist forever. The charred stone of our planet will wander aimlessly around the sun, and life here is unlikely to ever be revived again.